Hi. Hey Kaylee, it's Elliot. Yeah. Hope your time with Danny was good. I heard that you had good times with Danny. I'm trying to recall other things you said in your last video that I just watched like this morning. The only other thing I can remember is what I do for my essays, and I'm supposed to, oh right, merit scholarship. I'm supposed to figure out about the AEP scholarship sometime mid-March, which is this month. So in theory, soon. And hopefully soon, because I really want to know. I'm like really grr about all this. I just really want to know. So yeah, but so for my merit scholarship, what I actually hi there. What I actually wrote about for my Why Here Why Now essay was the fact that for what I want to pursue. Oh, food's on fire. For what I want to pursue when I grow up, which is photography and other things related. I'm not sure if those actually are at the moment or ever will know theoretically. Um, After this year, I will have extinguished all possibilities that my school offers. And although, yes, I could go to the local community college or the local arts college and take courses there, in theory, it's a better situation for me to just go straight to college to do that. Because then also, I would be having higher levels of learning, which would help me just be a better learner and such like that. And yeah, so it kind of basically just stated that high school no longer has a purpose for me in the sense that I've extinguished all art classes of which would be valuable towards what I want to do when I grow up. And then additionally, my teachers ask really stupid questions in class, specifically my English teachers. I've had really bad English teachers for the past 2 years. I hate them both and they both hate me. Actually, no, they like. I hate them though. It's a funny cycle like that. I just suck up to all my teachers. It kind of works. And so yeah, That's what my Why Here Why Now essay was about. And then there's that first essay, which you have two options on what you want to write on. I ended up writing about tiles, and I have a feeling you didn't, because you feel like the person who read about the other one more. I'm not sure what the other prompt was. I didn't read it. I just read the tiles one. I was like, cool. And so my mom, being a tutor, has helped lots of different people write this essay. So for me, it was actually kind of hard because I was like, I want to be original on what I write my essay on, and that's really hard to do when you've heard so many other people's essays and like what they've written about and thought, wow, that's really smart on their behalf. Like there was this one girl who what she did was she cracked the tiles and said, in theory, all the tiles will crack in this pattern, allowing you to cut them up into this order, this pattern, which would be good. And then if you put grouting in between all the tiles, that would be extra good because that gives you more space. So that's what her essay was on. I was like, wow, that's smart. I want to write that, but can't, well, theoretically could, but don't want to because I want to be original. So what I ended up doing mine on was the concept that the question asks only, what is the largest possible space you can make these tiles? However, I respond to that by stating that that's not the only thing of which we should be evaluating in this situation. We should not forget about the aesthetics of the tiles. Because let's say you have really pretty tiles, because they're described in the prompt as being beautifully decorated, beautifully decorative tiles that were made by her grandfather when he was her age. And so then, in theory, if these tiles are so pretty, why would you want to like shred them up and spread them over a mile? Because like, in theory, that is the largest you could get them to be. However, that would ruin them because they'd no longer be nearly as pretty. So, what I basically said was the fact that pretending the tile here, I need to draw this out for you. All right, here. Let's pretend that okay, so these are our tiles, right? And we have 24 of them, and we're pretending they look the exact same. Let's say they all have the pattern of this on them, and pretend it actually like is geometrically sound and like touches the corners and is congruent and such. Then we will refer to this shaded region, the inner region, as the foreground and the white region in the back as the background. Now we have 24 of these tiles, and let's say they all look the exact same. What that would thus imply is that the ratio of foreground to background will always be the same, no matter how many foreground or background tiles you have. No matter how many foreground background tiles you have, the ratio will constantly be the same of foreground to background. Thus, if you take 24 tiles, you cut them apart to separate the foreground from the background, and you separate them into 2 piles, you will then have exactly enough to recreate a square version of this image larger, and it'll be 24 times the size of the original tile. So you're basically taking 24 of these tiles, you're cutting out the foreground from the background, separating them, then rearranging the foregrounds in whatever way you want to, so that they end up making this shape again, and the background so that they end up making this shape again. However, then the problem is you want a decorative circle on the floor, not a, what's it called? Not a square. So then I did some mathematical calculations to figure out that this swirly area around the corners of it that would not allow for it to be a square. That stuff, when you cut it off, makes a certain size, of which then you can make like a donut ring around the original circle. So like if this is your original circle that you just made, you now have a donut ring that you can fit around it. It's like 2 inches thick or something. It's really small. But that way you use all the tiles, you preserve the beauty of the original tiles, and yeah, that's that. Oh, and then I also wrote a couple paragraphs on, like, other people would view this differently. Like, an arts collector would not at all plant these tiles anywhere because, well, they were made, like, at the fact that the girl is, like, 20-something, we can assume, and her grandfather, her age, would have been alive during the Great Depression era. Art during that era, like, was kind of scarce-ish, and when found was kind of awesome. And so at the fact that it'd be of that age and dating back to that time period, they'd be decently old and decently valuable to an art collector. So they would not cut them in any way. They would store them, and yeah. So you wouldn't even put them on the floor. I stated like a communist, like if they were a true communist, then they would have to kill all their friends so that there is only 23 other friends and then the one girl. Or she can just exile them. And so then you have 24 people total. Each person gets 1 tile. It's communism for you. And so those are some different options I came up with. But I wrote like a majority of my essay on the idea that we should preserve the beauty of the tiles, because that's what I would do. And yeah, oh, and then I had to write an extra essay because I was doing the merit scholarship for, what's it called, that thing? Oh, right, like community service or something I've done. And I volunteer on Sundays, which is today, and I already volunteered, and they came home and changed because it's really hot outside because it's California. And we have a farmer's market up here. The farmers usually just like throw away extra, and then this awesome guy by the name of Mr. Porter is like, "Hey, that's not chill. People could eat this food." And so the farmer's like, "Chill. We just don't have the means of getting it to them because we live like 8 hours away." He's like, "Alrighty." So we collect the food, and then we deliver it to people on Mondays. And by we, I mean him and his wife, because I'm at school on Mondays. Because I have to go to school 5 days a week for the same amount of time, unlike you, who's in college. Not fair. Oh, and if you're transferring, and if I go to Simon's Rock, we're not gonna see each other, and that's depressing. I was like, chill, I get to have a year with, like, Kaylee and Connell and, like, my brother, because me off in London and, like, Russia, but, like, other people like that, fun people I know and stuff. And then you're just like, nah. So are you going somewhere else? Have you heard back from any colleges that you've applied to? Because if so, I'm excited for you. I want to know what's happening. If not, then are you staying at Simon's Rock? Are you doing some other thing? Are you gonna go like bike across the country and eat at every single Chipotle? Tell me what you're gonna do, because your life is actually very interesting. I value it a lot too. And I was thinking for 9 minutes. I was gonna try and make this a short video. I'm really bad at that. I'm sorry about that. Hopefully you enjoyed my beautiful voice and my beautiful face, minus my zit. And the zit, you can't see this on my forehead, but it's like massive. But yeah, have a wonderful day, Kaylee. I absolutely love you. You're a wonderful person, and I hope to hear again from you very epically soon. Bye!